bags are packed, are you ready to go? This time tomorrow we'll be on the road, riding with you in the sunnier days. I wouldn't want it any other way.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Children of Éarte. We're so excited to have you. And first, as usual, we will go to Adam for the sponsors.
All the exciting announcements for tonight's episode. First of all, we have Idol Champions of the Forgotten Realms. You can grab an Electrum chest code. It's on the overlay and circulating in chat, so grab that and check out that incredible game. We have Die Hard Dice, who, if you use the code Éarte without the fancy thing over the E, Éarte is going to secure a 10% off discount on anything that you buy there with Die Hard Dice. And they have graciously supplied us with, credit to Marcus Riedner here, this week is Doom Deciders. So they have given us Doom Deciders. This is, the alphabet alliteration of all the dice synonyms.
I'm mad I haven't been writing these down.
Yeah.
I've got them.
Oh, I've got the list. Okay. I've got the list. Here we go. I mean, this is the only way I can keep up with it for sure. All right. So, and finally, you will hear the dulcet tones tonight of Sirenscape, because Epic Games need epic sound. And I have one other bit of news to share. Many of you who have been following the Demiplane channel for the last year or so have seen Classic Megan in the chat, and she has informed us that she is leaving her role with community and content here at Demiplane to pursue some incredibly exciting opportunities that are not mine to share, but and please don't bother in chat if she's out there still about that, because I don't think she can talk about any of it yet, that NDA life. But she's going to be doing some very exciting things. We're so happy for her and so grateful for the time that she has spent with us. And so, again, if she's out there, I think she might be, here tonight. Definitely give her a fond farewell. And again, thank you so much, Megan. We have appreciated all of it so much. We really love you and wish you the best going forward into what is in store for you next. And on that same similar note, we have brought in someone else who's going to be heading up community and content for us, and that is Melly Doucette. So Melly is someone that I worked with.
Hey, I know that person.
Yeah, I worked with in a past life somewhere, and so Melly's absolutely incredible, and we are thrilled and stoked to have her join the Demiplane team. And so, say a fond farewell to Megan, and also a hearty hello to Melly, and we're really looking forward to everything that Melly has in store for working with community and working on all the content that we are digitizing and bringing to life here on Demiplane. So wanted to share that with everyone, where everyone would understand what's going to happen when you start seeing some different people in chat and all of that. That's what's going on behind the scenes. And there was more on that in the dev update this morning, but then also you can see some of that news on our forums and anywhere you can connect with Demiplane. So thanks again, Megan, and welcome, Melly. All right, I think that is everything for tonight. I am Adam Bradford. I'm the CEO of Demiplane, and you can find me on Twitter at BadEyeAdam, and I am playing Silas Jordan.
Ooh. Hey everybody, I'm Alicia Marie. You can find me on socials at Alicia Marie Body. I'm a professional custom artist and RPG performer. And obviously, I am playing your favorite pull-up queen, Fairuza Armstrong.
Hello, I am Jen Kretchmer. You can find me on Twitter as @DreamWisp. You can find me streaming as DreamWispJen. I do all the storytelling stuff. I also have a show starting tomorrow night on Renegade's channel. We have season 2 of Vampire the Nightlife. Our Miami coterie is back to make some trouble and face the consequences of our actions, which is terrifying. So please join us. Tonight I will be playing your friendly neighborhood troublemaker, Maeve Morgan Flynn.
Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the content coordinator over at Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. You can find me on Twitter as Obo Lauren, where I do D&D stuff and Obo stuff, and sometimes both at the same time. Tonight, I'm going to be playing Neb, who really wants to see what else she can turn into.
And hi, I'm Hope LaVelle. You can follow me on Twitter at @TheHopeLaVelle. I'm a motion capture performer by day, and by night I like to play some D&D. And tonight I will be playing Miss Robin Beckett, who believes everyone has a story and they all deserve to be heard.
Oh, and with that, I am Deborah Ann Woll. I am your storyteller this evening and writer of Children of Éarte. I'm also the responsible person for our surprise bye week last week, so thank you all very much for your patience. Life is busy and wonderful and exciting, and I have such a wonderful group of people here to support me through that. So thank you so much to the players. Thank you everyone at home. Let's get comfortable and settle in for the 12th chapter of Children of Éarte. All right, so where we left off, the party had split, as you do. We had Neb and
Always a
Silas.
great idea.
Always a great idea. We had Neb and Silas attending a very fancy rat party. What did I call it? It was a baby shower of some sorts going
Baby
on
shower.
there. Yes, a pup shower.
Yeah.
Rat pup shower. And you had discovered some sort of strange collection of letters underneath the birthing mother rat, Christine, that as of now, you do not understand sort of the further context of that. Then we had Fairuza and Robin and Maeve, who were going deeper down into the 4th level of this mine. They had dug through some stones, found some old museum exhibits, and were following a cart trail deeper and deeper into the mountain. You crossed a very scary trestle bridge in the center of a dark, mysterious cavern and had just arrived safely at the other side when we left off. All right. So to start off today, I think we'll go back with you ladies down in the depths of the 4th level here. You had, I believe, set an alarm for 30 minutes. Was that the idea, to know when to head back? Gotcha.
Yes.
So as of right now, your alarm hasn't quite gone off, but if you were to go down and check it, you've got only maybe 5 or 10 minutes left as you sort of pull yourself over onto the other side of this chasm.
What do we see when we get out to the...
In your headlamps, the cart track just continues into the darkness. You do have the empty cart with you.
Well, that's good.
Oh, well.
What about on the walls? What's on the walls?
Give me an investigation, please.
All right. Does anyone have better vision than I do?
Well,
Have your headlamps.
I mean-
Very good.
no.
That is a dirty 20.
Oh, pretty darn good. There is nothing over here, no plaques like you've seen, no writing on the walls, but you are continuing to see these flecks of gold within the walls, which, as you've mentioned a couple of times, is sort of surprising, as you had heard that the gold had sort of disappeared overnight. So you are seeing these little sort of sparkling flecks of gold. In fact, give me a quick history check, Maeve.
All right.
And maybe Robin, you can do this as well with advantage if you'd like.
Okay. I have a 13.
13, Robin.
I have a 19.
A 19. So as Maeve, as you pointed out and sort of, puzzled by this, Robin, it occurs to you as Maeve is sort of helping you direct your thoughts that the way most mines work is there is what's called a stope of gold. So essentially, almost like it's just an area of rock and ore that's filled and sort of flecked with gold, and that's sort of what they drill into to find and start taking out the rocks. And you really have the feeling that this chasm that you've just crossed, as well as this side, might very well be kind of in the center of this main stope.
Huh.
You're sighing again, Hope. I mean, not Hope. Sorry. You're sighing again. It's like, who are you talking to? Why are you sighing?
I guess I'm just thinking that we're running out of time and we've crossed this chasm. I don't know. I just think we want to press forward, but what about the rest of the group?
Well, we've left a trail for them to follow with the thread, the
right.
yarn.
Is it still there?
Yarn. That's right. I forgot you've been leaving.
Perhaps we meet them a little bit further than halfway.
Yes, and just to be sure, everybody knows that I have 831 feet of yarn.
And what color is it?
It is the
Robin.
rain boot yellow.
Rain boot yellow, yes. Rain
Perfect.
boot yellow yarn. Fantastic.
All
That's not creepy at all.
I mean, it's very in keeping with the.
I'm a-
brick road. I
I'm
mean,
100% going to write
Jason
an
and the Golden
adventure in the
Thread?
future where a party just stumbles upon a raincoat yellow thread tied in the middle of a mine, and you tell me if that's creepy or not.
I love it.
Fair.
All right, then you think we should just keep going? Yes.
I don't. You do? You think that they will know to just follow it and just we shouldn't?
Yes,
just
we
wait?
did tell them, didn't
I
we?
mean, do you feel like crossing the bridge again?
Heck no.
I'm not in any hurry, that's for sure. All right.
All right.
We have
let's
two
go.
choices, three choices. We stand here and do nothing. We go back across and pick them up and tell them what we did, or we just keep going.
We leave a note somewhere.
Well, we've left the string.
I left Silas's ring.
I don't know if he's gonna be happy about that or not.
He kept going on and on about the battery. I know he's probably gonna freak out when he sees it's still on. But I was hoping it was like a beacon. But
Remind me where you left it, Fairuza.
I left it right before we crossed. Like we're entered
At the
into
split, right? To
Yes.
show that you went right. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
May I make a case for something? I'm going to try and make a case for something I might have with me. And I can be overruled on this.
Yeah, go for it.
I feel like Maeve in her like party makeup bag might
Yeah.
have some glow in the dark eyeliner,
Ooh.
like what you'd wear for like a rave, a UV, black light, and glow in the dark kind of.
Let's do a percentage. How do you feel about 50%?
Sounds great.
All right, go ahead. Roll those 50%.
Do you want to roll that one? I'm happy to-
You go ahead and do it. It'll be more fun. You do it. Above, you get it. Above, 51 and up, you get it. 50 and down, you don't.
60.
60, you've got it. Go for it.
Nice.
I will take that. And what do we want to tell them?
follow the string.
Tell them don't fall.
These are all terrible choices.
I just love that you're like follow the string and the string's gonna like fall off into the like, acid. I'll be like, really?
We're supposed to follow the string but not fall, and it's going down there. I don't understand.
Something really simple.
We're
Not because they're simple.
okay. I mean, we're okay at this point, but what if they read it and we're farther down and we're not okay, but they think we're okay because we wrote it, we're okay. So that's probably not the best thing.
MRF this way.
NRF this way. Morph? This makes no sense, Maeve. Oh yeah, it does. Never mind.
Did you go to Harvard there?
I don't know. Something about this place is making me lose myself. A lot of my intellect or my thoughts or something. A lot of things get jumbled here. I don't know what's happening. We can address that later. Next time we have a fireside. chat if we ever get there again.
Fairuza is not wrong. There is psychological evidence that in deep caves like this,
Yes.
brains start to function differently.
All right. We press on, shall we?
All right.
What are we gonna write with the eyeliner? We're gonna write NARF that way.
MRF.
MRF.
Dave, Robin, Fairuza. This way. And
Okay. Yep.
the way we're going.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So your plan is to continue walking, continue
in the hopes that
unspooling
perhaps
that-
they won't
that-
take as long as we did over by the exhibits and such, because
Right.
we will have clearly gone through it.
Okay.
It's a tough.
All right. You start to take your first steps. You're continuing to push the cart.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. I can do this.
You continue to walk into the darkness. The tunnel gets a little bit narrower, a little tighter. They haven't braced it as fully down here, but it does continue, and you continue to walk.
May I
will-
hop into the cart?
You want to get pushed? Sure. Yeah. Maeve jumps in the cart. Fairuza and Robin,
I'll push her.
the fabulous odd couple,
Yeah.
pushing.
Hold the light
pushing
steady.
back. Yes. Fantastic. As you know, anyone watching you from the trestle bridge would see your light slowly disappear down the dark tunnel. Silas and Neb upstairs with the rats. You have begun to make your way back. Now, Neb, yes, the last thing that happened for you is you discovered that you can turn into a rat, but of course, you instantly died, quote unquote, and
It never happens to Neb. Neb
at
absolutely
Silas's
never.
hand.
Mm.
And you popped right back to being Neb. So this was sort of the discovery that you recently made as you are both beginning to wade back through, 2.5, 3 feet of rat back to the elevator shaft.
And so as we're walking, Silas is just so like, dodo bird, those are like extinct. Oh, do you think you can do like a mammoth or something? Like things that are extinct, like for a long time? Like, could you do a dinosaur?
Oh, that would be amazing. I wonder if I turned into a dinosaur, if I'd be one of the actual feathered ones, or if I'd be one of those the old ones that we thought that were all the scales.
Well,
Or
it'd probably be like half and half, because that's what they do in all the movies now, just because they can't decide.
oh, they should really go one way or the other. I don't know. I still don't.
Maybe you can only turn into rats.
I mean, that's still amazing if that's
It is
the
pretty
case,
amazing. Listen,
right?
I
I'm
wasn't
not going to
like
complain.
Rats
shaming.
have a very active social life, so
As we've seen, I want to try it all. I kind of want to try it now. How much time do we have left? And I'm going to pull out my phone and see,
Yeah.
because I also left an alarm for just an hour.
Yes. So at this point, yeah, you're at about like 25 minutes, coming up on 30.
As left or
30 you're 25 minutes spent,
Oh,
coming up
okay.
on 30 minutes spent. So coming up on halfway.
I mean, how long do you think it's going to take for us to get down to where they were? Because that's where we're meeting up with them, right?
Yeah, I mean, surely they wouldn't go too far without us.
Or they would,
So-
and then they'd come back, because that was the whole point of meeting up in an hour, is we'd all come back.
Yeah, I
unless
guess that's
something
what I'm
went
saying.
wrong.
Like, they would never get to a place where they like couldn't come back by the 30-minute mark.
Well, I hope
Because I mean,
not.
it's like a dark cave. Like, it's pretty scary down there. So yeah, I mean, I think that based on this, I mean, I haven't spelunked in a very long time, but I would say it's probably going to take us 10 minutes to get down there, like after, because we've got to strap back up and everything else, right?
Oh yeah, we left the ropes. But I mean, 10 minutes, so we could hang out here a little bit longer, right? I mean, and Neb is just
sure.
eyeing Nicholas and all the other rats who are still partying. Like
They are.
Yeah, I mean,
Partying hard.
listen, something you should know about me is it's like I love going to parties, but I'm that person that goes and like makes a splash and stays for just a very little while and then kind of, goes and finds something else cool to do. So I'm not thrilled about staying at this rat party, but if you are, then that's fine. Like, hey, I'll come over with the stuff here and I'll just, start strapping myself in while you continue to enjoy the party, and then I can get to you after I do mine.
to be honest, I'm not much of a party person either. This is less about the party and more, I just want to talk to everybody and find out more information and see if, I mean, none of them seemed to panic when I turned into a rat. Maybe they know about this.
Maybe they didn't know you turned into a rat.
Maybe that.
Because I
maybe...
mean, like, you were only a rat for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 seconds, 6 seconds. I don't know.
Hey, Nicholas. I'm gonna look for Nicholas.
Nicholas is he's still up on the ledge with Christine, and he's just like
Wrapped in the
nose in the air, like spinning in circles. They're all still kind of bowing to Silas, who they believe to be in connection with the old one that left the the symbols, and they're all sort of high on religion and rat birth.
I mean, birth is awesome. Neb is gonna see that and immediately turn back to Silas and go, nah, none of them noticed. I don't think any of them noticed what happened.
You want to, like, I mean, because I'm like the prophet, and I can say, beings, behold the great nebula as she turns into one of thee. And then they would all see it.
I'm very tempted, but I'd have to translate what you're saying, and I don't think I could sound half as awesome as that. Yeah. I do want to stay, but I'm not going to leave you alone. We've already split up twice.
I mean, like, I'll stay in like an eye shot. Like, I'm not going to leave you here with these rats. I mean, we just met them yesterday.
I know, but I feel like we're family now. I turned into one of them.
Yeah, but
have
they
you
don't
tried?
know that, so
have
they
you
don't think
tried
you're
it?
family.
You should try it. It's really neat.
Okay, all right.
Just
mean, how did you do it?
I was watching all of the rats and thinking about how much fun they were having and how awesome it would be to just be one of them enjoying the party, and really, really thinking hard about how much I would like that.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest here. I'm not sure that I possess the natural empathy to, like, do that. Like, that might be really a hard bridge for me to cross to like want to be a rat.
I didn't know I wanted to be a rat until 5 minutes ago. Come on, Silas.
Okay. Listen, I'll try. Like, I mean, how did you stand? Is it like a stance or?
I don't know. I think I was just standing, and Neb will just kind of self-consciously look at herself and try to make some kind of pose, but it's very obvious that she's just standing there.
Okay, so like a taekwondo back stance. Got it. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. All right. So we got this going.
Yeah.
All right.
Look
and
the
then
rats.
I'm gonna think about becoming a rat really hard.
Or at least how much fun it would be. Like, I didn't even really think about becoming a rat, just how much fun it would be.
Yeah, I just don't know if I can manufacture that, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Okay. I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, I don't want to be a rat. Like, I mean, it's great that you want to be a rat, and I fully support your decisions, but I do not want to be a rat.
That's okay.
Like, ever. Yeah.
You know what? If we come across an animal that you do want to be, then maybe that's the moment. Like, I just kind of like to try everything.
Ankylosaurus.
Oh, that's the one with the big tail.
That has like a mace tail, like a morning star flail.
I wonder if I could be a triceratops. And at this point, Neb is just kind of following Silas.
Right.
We're having this conversation. She's not distracted by dinosaurs.
You're wading through the sea of rats. You're sort of making your way back towards the opening of the mine shaft. Silas, I feel like, as you're starting to think of animal, your nose might twitch a little. You're, trying it, but it's just not happening for you. You don't feel any sort of energy course through you the way that it seems to for Neb, unfortunately.
So maybe we can ask them. So we're gonna head down soon, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we can ask them. So there are these letters, and they don't know how to read them. But then, and this is a little bit of an Adam aside, but because it's been a little bit since we played.
Of course.
Did they indicate that there were other letters, other places?
Yes. So they were able to tell you that they are aware of a set of prophetic letters on each level of the mine.
Can you ask them, which I don't know how great the information is going to be if we get it out of them, but can you ask them, or say that the prophet is asking them that if they can, I don't know, tell you where the other letters are on the levels?
I can
Like, for
try.
instance, it's like, if they can say it's going to be underneath uh, a snake birthing something, or a nest of birds birthing to
Oh, you
birds
think
birth
this is
things. I don't know how that works.
the eggs? It's eggs, and
Yeah,
then
eggs.
You think
Yeah.
that's going to be a theme that
I
there's
mean,
gonna be
I don't know.
animals?
It's the only one that we have to go off of. So
Okay. I'm going to look at the swarm below me, and I'm going
Yes.
to try to find a rat that might be actually paying attention.
Fantastic. Let's do an insight.
Sure.
Let's do an insight rather than animal handling, because you are actually talking to them.
All right. I'll just go ahead and roll. That's a natural 20. I've
That's
just
a
cursed us
natural
all.
20.
I've just cursed us all. So it's a
Fantastic.
25. Yeah.
Oh.
Neb really
you
wants
are
to.
so good at speaking with animals.
Yeah.
Neb does not want to leave.
So, Neb, as you go down and look at all of these different, rats below you, before you were like, oh, they all kind of look the same. I don't know. But now as you look down, you can see very distinctly how each one is celebrating differently. One rat is sort of twitching more their nose. Another one, it's more in the butt and the tail. Another one's scratching its little paws up and down. Another one's kind of dusting off its face, all the different ways that they're kind of getting into the mood of this party. And you are able to see one rat kind of off in the side with a big full belly. You can even see maybe the little like antennae of an insect still sticking out of its mouth as it just sort of sucks it back down there. And it's leaned up lazily against the wall, just kind of grinning to itself. And it seems a little less entranced with the party and more sort of just happy and fed.
Silas, I found a wallflower. Follow me. And I'm going to make my way over there. And as I approach, I'm going to wave and say, you got to the buffet before the centipedes could get here, I see.
This rat practically winks at you and goes, that's right. You gotta know the way to handle a party.
Well, I can respect that. So my friend, the prophet.
Right. I've heard it. It's made its way through the ranks from the front of the group there.
And I'm once again doing the translation thing.
Yeah.
Back
it's
so
okay.
Silas knows what's happening. And I will turn back to the rat. I'm sorry. What was your name again?
I'm Marshall. What's yours?
I'm Neb. I'm Neb. That's Silas, and or the prophet, but he's just a friend. So you can call him Silas. And
hip name, Neb. I like it. Yeah.
Thanks. It's a nickname my great grandfather gave me.
Cool. Yeah.
How old of a rat are you?
The DM wishes they'd looked up how long rats live, but young enough to still enjoy myself, but old enough to know what's what.
Well, that's good to know, because
why did you stop translating this part? What's he saying?
I had a moment where the accent got a little off. I'm sorry. Let me try again. I'm glad that you said that you've been around for a while. I have not, and while my friend the prophet is amazing, we're kind of new to this area, and we need to go to all of the levels to look for those messages.
Oh, you're looking for the prophet, the messages from the old one. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Steve. All hail, mighty Steve. Yeah.
Yes.
Steve is in all of us, man. You can
that's
feel the Steve running through your bones.
And there's a moment where Neb wonders if she's going to turn into Steve if she does that. And so she doesn't and just continues. Well, could you help us do you know where the messages on each of the levels are? Are we supposed to look for like a big W or something?
He goes, yeah, man. Oh, yeah, they're always way at the back, man. You gotta search deep and hard, deep within yourself and deep within the caves to find the message from the old one, from the Steve. Yeah.
Neb translates all of this exactly as she heard, and then Deadeye stares at Silas and says, "Don't even say anything, okay? Just don't."
I have no words.
That's good, because I don't either. I'll turn back to our new friend and go,
So wait though, like what he's ultimately getting at is it's like in the hardest to reach place on every level.
That's what it sounds. I don't know, hardest.
I mean,
but
this
the
sounds really
furthest.
devised.
Well, it sounds like Steve left a bunch of clues on purpose
So
to
Steve's
make
a
it hard.
masochist. I see. Okay.
Or
Excuse me. Excuse me, man. Ah, yeah.
Blessings
Little
of
extra
the
pepper on that ant.
My mouth was open.
blessings of the prophet on you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, cool.
Silas, it's possible that Steve or whoever placed these messages clues did that so that they wouldn't be found by just the regular tourists wandering around. So, because if they just left them out where anybody could get at them, then that's
Yeah, so it was
They
just
could've been
waiting
ruined.
for, a group of people who've been train wrecked and are desperately wanting to get home and find pieces of a magic mirror. Like, yeah, like all of that tracks, and I'm completely here for every bit of it. So so what's this one's name again?
I've totally forgotten. I got was it
Marshall.
Marshall?
Marshall the man.
Marshall?
Marshall.
Like, is that like a translation thing, or is he
Oh,
like
for sure.
honestly called Marshall?
I mean, I've got Nicholas and Christine. Maybe it's a translation thing. Maybe these names are just common.
Seems like these
I'm
rats just really
as
like people. Okay.
or maybe people names are after rat names. I don't know. And then I'll turn to Marshall.
Whoa,
I'll
that's
turn to
mind-blowing.
Marshall and say, "Who gave you your name? It's a lovely
Good.
name."
Thanks. Yeah, I like your name. We just give ourselves our names. We hear little bits of sounds on the wind, and we just put them together.
And after I translate that, I go, "Well, okay, that makes more sense now. I wonder." The last tourist group that came in here probably had a Marshall and a Christine and a Nicholas, and yeah, that makes sense.
So what's the alarm clock say?
I will pull up my
Yeah,
phone.
you're probably at 45 minutes now.
Looks like we have 15 minutes left.
I mean, I'm
and-
not trying to rush or anything.
I'll turn back to
Man,
Marshall.
The prophet seems real impatient, man. You gotta learn to slow down, take things one thing at a time.
What did he say?
You gotta learn to love life, man. Have a bug. Chill out.
Oh, I'm so tempted to grab a bug and offer it to Silas. Oh, are there bugs right there?
Oh yeah.
Centipedes.
Marshall, yes, the prophet is very excited to go and find all of these messages. We've waited a very long time, so thank you for your help. I'll just take one of these to go, and I'm going to grab a bug, and I'm going to follow Silas out.
Cool, good choice. Those are juicy. Yeah.
Is it alive or dead?
Oh, this is alive.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I will hold on to it, but not squish it. And a little beetle or something be like,
Yeah,
all
little
right,
beetle.
Silas, time to go.
What
It's
are
got
you
a
doing
pretty
with that?
like emerald sort of armor to the back of it, sort of
Like a
shiny.
June
emerald
bug?
green. Yeah, it looks a little like that. I'm
Yay.
making it up,
Yeah, I'm to go box. We've got 15 minutes. We should probably go.
Yeah, okay. I'm happy with that. Maybe one last translation. Rats of Steve's abode. My blessings upon you and Steve from beyond the veil thanks you for your assistance here this day.
I'm going to try my best to translate exactly as Silas did.
Fantastic. Advantage to deception.
I would love you to roll that one.
Okay, joke. What is your deception bonus?
My deception is +2.
Woo! You do a mighty job. It doesn't sound like Silas did it with his, his like prophet voice, but you really are starting to get the rat dialect, and you know that like instead of the sort of awe sound, it's more of a kind of a high, squeaky, tense sound that.
And that I can
Yeah.
do.
Oh, so you do a great job. All of the rats, even Marshall, who was kind of like wide-eyed and like bugged off his butt, is sort of like, whoa, dude, this is the best rat birthing party ever. And they all kind of, start slowing down in their rhythms as they continue to rave the night away.
Silas, you're an inspiration to them.
You are.
Yeah,
You've made it
let's
back to the mine
skedaddle.
shaft. Your carabiners and ropes and everything are waiting for you. Is your plan to descend down to the 4th level?
Yeah, and Silas is going to. How much does Neb weigh? I know you're not supposed to ask those kind of questions, but
She's 5 foot nothing,
Yeah,
and
okay.
is. I mean,
Got
if she's 110 soaking wet, like she's nothing.
the way that this was described as we came in, it like has a lip here,
Yep.
so Silas understands that like that first step down is going to be a little bit of a hassle, and so he's going to strap in and go down first, and then he's going to basically ask Neb to just get her feet on his shoulders as he's
Okay.
trying to find the purchase there. Silas is trying to help Neb down from that dangerous part, and then we probably should be okay after that.
Okay.
And,
So yeah, go ahead, Neb.
as we're strapping in, I've still got the bug in my hand.
Yes.
And as Silas is getting the back straps, and I'm just waiting, I'm gonna open up my hand. I'm gonna go, hi.
The little June bug goes, hello, please don't eat me.
We're talking to bugs now.
I'm Silas. I gotta try talking to everything. I'm gonna turn in. I want to try it all.
Well, that sounds like a nightmare for whoever has to voice these characters. What?
I know. I probably should have warned that person long before that I was gonna go whole hog on this. Oh, I wonder if I could turn into a hog. Anyway, hi. Hi. No, I'm not gonna eat you. I was just wondering real quick. Are you familiar with the caves around here?
Caves and rocks.
The bug lives like 2 days.
I hear that from Silas. I'm hearing this bug, and I'm like, yeah, that's okay. All right, go have fun, and I'll let it fly off.
It, yes, flutters off into the darkness. You see a little bit of the glint of its sort of emerald shell as it sort of disappears up above you, never to be seen again.
It was worth a try, and then I will follow Silas.
As it flies away, you just hear a little, I must take the A train. It flies off into the darkness.
I haven't heard that song in a while. These are very
What?
cultured animals.
Bug was singing?
I mean, the rats are partying, the bugs are singing. I'm telling you, Silas, if you can figure out how to do this, like I'm
This
doing
world
it's
does seem
amazing.
very alive, except for the lack of people. Very full of life.
Exactly.
So,
And then I will follow him down.
It will take, we'll say, with your carefulness, you have the ropes, you have everything. It'll take you the 15 minutes to carefully climb down without causing any, major issues. So we will leave you two to climb down the mine shaft and make purchase on the bottom, and return to the rest of you down in the tunnels. You've been walking for a bit of a good time now, good even 10 minutes. And Robin, you look down at your spool of yarn that is quickly starting to ravel into nothing. As you're coming back to just about the last 3 or 4 feet of it, and you're about to maybe say something, you look ahead and you see the edge of water just at the end of your flashlight, your headlamp.
Look there. There's water. You know what that means?
Life.
It does. as the three of you look ahead, you see that the tracks that have been steadily descending all this time run straight into a puddle of water. It is about 15 feet long before the ceiling sort of bears down, joining the surface of the water.
So is this a dead end?
You don't, I mean, it is muddy water. The tracks run down into it, and the ceiling seems to ground about 15 feet from the edge of the water.
And we can't tell how deep it is from here, can we?
It's muddy. This is very like it's dirty, gray, brown water.
Well, that's the end of our adventure for this time. Oh, I've had enough cave stories to know this is not gonna go well. This is it. I'm heading back. I don't know about you guys, but
You're gonna
you
head
don't
back to
deal
the-
with cave water. You can get trapped under it, and especially if it's muddy, you just don't know where you're going. You know, it's I'm done. I'm out.
Maybe we should toss a pebble into the water or something and see if it does something. I'm feeling this weird urge to throw things a lot. I don't know. I just don't know why.
Amazing. You want to throw a rock in?
Yeah, I mean, let's just see. Maybe it's not water. If it goes plop, we'll know it's water. If it goes, we'll know it's gel. Am I right?
Do you want to tie something to it to see how deep it goes?
There we go. This too.
If only you had yarn.
Yeah.
Robin will take that last
Yep.
3 feet and cut it.
Okay.
And we can tie it around a rock.
Okay.
Oh, good idea. Okay. All right.
So-
I'm willing to-
The plan is to hold the one end of the yarn and throw the rock so that you can
Yeah.
fish it back out, kind of thing, and see how far it goes.
Or just like let it keep going and see if
Gotcha,
it's
gotcha.
deep.
Lower it slowly, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. 'cause we can't
So
see.
Fairuza, are you going to attempt this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Definitely.
So Robin, you cut off the string, you go and tie it around the rock. Fairuza, you have about 2.5 feet of of yarn and with a rock on the end.
That's all we have. She's just gonna dangle it over the pool
Uh-huh.
and then just
It's
let it
definitely
go down.
yeah, it's definitely
slowly.
water. It behaves as water, kind of sound to it.
Yeah.
Right at the edge of the surface, about at arm's length, you're only
Yeah.
getting about maybe 4 to 6 inches. Right where it, 2 feet in from the edge of the water.
Oh, so it's really shallow. It's just a shallow pool of weird water.
It might get deeper though the further you go in.
You want me to go swimming, Robin? I'm not
No,
gonna
I
jump
do
in
not
once
want
we're
you to go
going.
swimming. No.
You're saying I should put the string a little, like lean over maybe a little bit further.
Yeah.
Okay, like
Take a
Bruce is
couple-
gonna reach over and grab like Robin to
Yeah.
let go of me.
To lean.
Yeah.
Yes, so it does seem like there is a gradual descent, that it gets deeper the further out it goes.
Oh boy, yeah, because my fingertips are almost touching the water, so it's already deeper than. And I would like to pull it out now.
Yeah.
with
As you
the
pull it
rock on
back, I think as far as you could reach, probably it only got 1 foot to 1.5 foot deep, but it's quite clear as you kind of drag the stone along the bottom. You can feel it go tuk, 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 as it's kind of hitting the crossbars of the cart tracks. So the
Yeah.
cart tracks continue under the water. But it is, it is getting deeper, as if they are just descending down into this puddle.
Isn't that weird? It's almost as if the train was supposed to go into this little puddle to wherever it goes.
I believe the water was not always here.
What makes you
Could
think
be.
that?
Either or. I mean, the cart could act like a boat, perhaps. But I think this is our sign, maybe, to turn back.
And go back across the.
Well, we're gonna have to eventually, so why not now? And Robin's gonna just take one more look around, go a little deeper, like past the water, if there's any other route.
In your
Right.
rain boots?
Yeah. No, just if I have to wait, I will just a little,
Okay.
but just want to make sure
Yeah.
that there are no other options.
Give me an investigation check,
Yeah.
please.
I'd love you to roll that.
All right.
+3.
Okay. As you come down and kind of looking again at the edges, the tunnel has quite narrowed. You can still stand. Fairuza, you might be stooping a tad in this space, but it's getting tighter and smaller, and it really doesn't feel like this is a branching tunnel. This feels like it was almost hand carved, just barely to have space for the cart eventually. Even looking at the kind of descent of the ceiling, this either has a major drop at some point, or it's getting tighter even as it goes forward. As you do take a couple of steps into the water.
Yeah.
And in your headlamp, there's a glint of another plaque on the wall. As you head over towards it, you see like a line across the bottom of the plank that says, "This is the water line for the flooding of 1973."
Right. So, yes, the water hasn't always been here. Yes. Very good. We know that this is not leading us anywhere, and I, for one, am not going to let anyone go down there. So we are turning around. We'll take our string with us, roll it up as we go back and find the other. What do you
Miss
say?
Robin, you were alive then. What did anything notable happen in 1973?
Want to give me a history check? Or, history check.
Practically
Happened in
ancient history.
1973.
Let's do some history checking for
I
Robin.
mean,
Check my notes for
Yeah.
1973.
Encyclopedia.
Oh, man.
Right.
It was almost a nat 20. It's a
Oh,
7.
nice.
It's a 7. So, looking at this, there's no sort of historical, event or flooding that sort of springs to mind in this area. But, this is a very remote place. You do know that caves and mines, flooding is an issue, right? Like there are lots of underground channels of water. That there's a river right outside the mine. That it's not uncommon for mines to flood, but you don't know of any sort of particular.
My time in the 70s is a little hazy. Too much partying.
With a
But-
rat named Marshall.
But I would say this is nothing out of the ordinary. I just know in my times of spelunking that cave water can be dangerous. So what do you say, Maeve? Shall we head back?
I think so.
Okay.
So
Yeah, there's really nothing more for us to see here. We take the cart back with us, the string, and then, I think you said this, Maeve, that these little golden glints that are still on the wall, those are just there for like tourists. Is that what you said earlier?
I don't know.
So you had found in the mine cart that you found, there were fake rocks that had been sort of
Yes.
painted to look like they had gold in them,
Gold.
like you would in an exhibit.
Okay.
But the flecks in the rocks that Maeve has been seeing and that Robin is sort of, deducing might be part of this stope of gold. This looks more authentic than that did. That was clearly, paint from the hardware store. This looks a lot more organic.
Do you guys have any issue if I were to sort of just chip a little bit of this rock off?
I mean,
I mean,
just don't bring
As
the
long as
cave
it's
down.
not a load-bearing sample.
Yeah. The whole thing caves in on it at the end.
Maybe on our way out, you can do it.
So, did we have years on any of the other plaques?
I don't believe
no.
so. No.
Okay.
Nope.
And Steam and Surgery was 1933. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I to that line of thinking, what you're aware about the story of Julian seems to be the 30s and 40s. The mining company shut down around the mid-century. The train was refurbished. This is now the museum is referencing 1973, so the museum is probably post 1973, and the refurbishment of the train has been in the last 15 years or so, 10 to 15 years. So that's kind of your sort of timeline of things so far.
All right.
Well,
Yeah, if
I
you want
mean,
to face the wall, as long as you don't, again, don't bring the walls crumbling down on us.
I'll wait on that, but I'm
Okay.
yeah.
So you are turning around.
Yes.
Okay. You begin to
Yes.
follow your yellow yarn back the way that you came.
The yellow toll road.
Neb and Silas,
Yay.
you've made it to the bottom of the mine shaft where you find a bright yellow string tied to, one of some of the debris or the stone. I forget what they tied it to.
Indeed.
Oh, maybe to one of the ropes that they left behind.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean,
and
that
it-
has to be Miss Robin.
It
Absolutely.
goes forward and through a very small hole in a pile of rocks, off to the left of which there is a very dark, sort of narrow crevice going down into the earth.
And how
And-
much time do we have left before we're supposed to meet up here?
It's pretty much on the hour. You're
Okay.
looking at the seconds countdown on your.
So Silas, kind of as he starts just very slowly walking forward, almost absent-mindedly, not like there was any choice as to whether to wait here or follow the stream.
Yes.
As he's doing it, you see that he's like, imitating his airbending, techniques and everything, because he's convinced that that's what is giving him some of these powers. So he's going to keep walking. Now, where is do I see a green light anywhere? I don't know in relation
you do
to
not
it. Okay.
know.
All right. So Silas is going to just kind of meander along the string. And if Neb does not follow, he will eventually realize that and turn around. But otherwise, he's just going to keep walking.
As soon as you start heading down that way, we don't want to just wait a little bit. I mean, I'm okay to follow.
Well, I
but
mean,
this is-
obviously they tied this for us to follow them, right? I mean, like that's what they do. And I mean, I feel like I've read a story or something where somebody
Okay.
tied yarn. Well, I don't know. Most of the time, it's like breadcrumb. Like that's where the term breadcrumb came from, I think, right?
Well, this is smarter than breadcrumbs because the rats would just eat them, right? But the
Well,
rats,
rats probably eat yarn too. They eat all kinds of stuff.
but they're less.
Filthy creatures.
Hey,
Oh.
I somehow feel upset about that. and
He's
very
been
confused.
very nice to you.
Yeah.
Very
You're
friendly.
right. My worldview is really being assaulted these last few days, and I'm learning. I'm learning.
We all are. Okay,
Understood.
I had been assuming this was for them to follow back, but if you think it's for us to follow, I mean, what's the worst that could happen? We'll just meet in the middle, right?
Well, I mean, what did I say when we were up there? I was like, surely they didn't go anywhere. Like they would be down there waiting for us, but then here they're not here. So what if they're in some kind of trouble?
That's true. Yeah, they probably didn't go that far, and then they might have gotten in trouble. So we should take a look.
Let's
Do you
go.
still have my notebook that you wrote?
Oh yeah. Here. There's a little bit of artwork in there about the letters, right? So
Yes.
just remember that, and because we might need that a little later.
You also took a picture on your phone,
Yes.
and
Yes, that's
yeah,
right.
so we've got.
I just
we've got
don't know
that.
how much longer
Multiple
that's going to
copies.
last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have multiple copies.
As we go, I will now play the person writing directions just in case, as we're
Gotcha.
following the yarn, something goes wrong or we lose the yarn.
You
And
got it.
Silas is really bad at this, but he is looking everywhere for letters. Like he is
For
just,
letters. Gotcha.
yeah.
he is just scanning the.
I'll give
environment.
him a hand by literally giving him a flame fist.
Okay.
and be like,
Fantastic.
okay, I'm gonna try to make notes as we go.
So as you come up against this rock pile, you see this dark crevice off to your left. As you look to the right, you also see this cubby up above that the others had discovered before. If you peek your head up in there and take a look at it, you will see the same things: the museum plaque, the little bedroll, the different sort of tools laid out. It does, however, look somewhat disturbed. The dust and stones have all been moved. There's maybe a little outline, because you took a pickaxe, I think, right? There's like a little outline where there maybe was a pickaxe at some point.
The
Um,
place
the
has been
blanket.
lost.
It's definitely it looks a little bit looted up there.
They may have had to arm themselves from some kind of terrible danger. So we might need to, hasten our pace.
And as you say that, Neb has gotten down on her knees and is looking over at the crevasse on the other side, the
Yes.
big dark hole.
Yes.
Is like, or maybe they fell. I'm gonna look.
Yeah, give me an investigation check, please.
Sure.
You see well in the dark, right?
I do.
All that stargazing.
Yeah, I got a 16.
16. So as you look down in this crevice, it is dark and deep. It really just like your headlamp, your eyesight, it just disappears down in there. However, looking down, you notice a very old rusted piton sticking out of the side about 5 feet down in that crevice.
Hey, Silas, come here for a second.
Yeah. What's that?
Do you see that piton down there?
Do you say piton or is it python or kitten?
I had heard piton, but I'm not
I've
gonna.
only ever read it.
Yeah, me too. But
Okay.
you knew what I meant, so I must.
Yeah,
be
yeah. I
close.
mean, that's true. There are no words similar to that, so that is true.
That's true. But yeah, you see it?
Except piston. Anyway, okay. Yeah. I see that. Looks like somebody
wonder-
used to climb down here.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the thread keeps going in that direction, so I'm hopeful that nobody fell. But this might be something we want to come back and take a look at.
Well, I mean, it's awful rusty, so that probably means no one has been down there for a long time, and whoever used it before without taking it back out probably means they fell to their death and
Or-
then could not recover it.
Maybe it was Steve.
Well, I mean, I don't know if those two things are mutually exclusive.
That's true. Anyway, let's keep following the thread.
Yeah, let's go.
You squeeze your way through the rock wall, following that yellow thread. You walk for a while and you come to a split in the road. You can either go left or right. Not only does the yellow string continue to follow to the right, however, also in a little sort of stack of rocks, you see the faint, dying glimmer of a green ring as it sort of flickers on and off. Its last little breaths of battery.
Wait, what is that? Do you see that?
Yeah.
Am I just imagining things because everything I'm just like, pining for things that I've lost. But does and I'm gonna go try to pick it up.
Yep, it is 100% your ring. It wishes it was that bright and vibrant.
It's like it's oh no, like so she just left this on and like.
Well, yeah, but if they're leaving us clues, that's important. So at least we know she took the time to leave it in this pile of rocks. So
Well,
hopefully
yeah,
that
but if she
means
had
they
put it on a
weren't.
steady stream right here. It would have used less battery.
Did you show her how to use it?
No, I didn't because she just kind of took it from me.
Well, then she wouldn't have known. Well, you know what? When we catch up, you'll be able to tell her.
Well,
But
no, I won't because the battery will be dead.
maybe.
But anyway.
Yeah.
All right, listen. Yeah, like maybe that does mean they're in trouble. So
Maybe. I mean, I'm actually hopeful because I don't think anyone would take the time to place that there if they were in like dire need, right?
I mean, haven't you seen those movies where people get like kidnapped and then they just throw something real quick? Because that's the only explanation for her leaving it on like that on the highest energy setting to kill the battery so quickly.
You know what, Silas? You might be right. We should probably hurry.
Oh. All right,
And
as
we'll
you
pick up her
follow-
pace.
Hook up your feet. You walk by some styrofoam rocks on the ground and an old sort of plank of wood that has been sort of painted to look a little bit like gold.
I'm not exactly sure
Yeah,
what
this reminds
is.
me of VBS or something. So it's like, never mind.
No,
Lots to unpack there. All right.
All right, you continue to walk along. After a good enough walk, you also come to this opening in the track, and see sort of the beginning of this trestle bridge head out into the dark cavernous space in front of you. As you just begin to take that in, a couple of seconds later, you see some headlights way in the distance on the opposite side of the trestle. There's just, it's complete darkness, and you just see a little circle of light where the opening on the other side is illuminated by three familiar faces.
It might be the kidnappers.
I'm not sure if I think they got kidnapped, but if you want to
Actually,
be
we haven't
cautious.
seen any other humans here at all. So.
And I'm pretty sure the rats didn't kidnap them.
Yeah, but what if they're like bigger creatures? I mean, what if they're bears that have tea parties or?
I mean, that sounds awesome. I would like to meet
Fairuza,
them.
Robin, and Maeve, as you start to continue, you're following back the yarn as you come to the opening at the trestle bridge, pushing your cart across the way. You see two headlamps and a very faint, intermittent little green light every so often.
Are the headlamps at Silas and Nebhite?
Oh yeah, one up here, one down here.
Yep.
Oh, you guys?
Woo,
Fairuza?
woo, woo. Guys,
Is that you?
Guys. Fairuza, that you.
You left my ring on.
Ring on.
Echo!
Echo.
Okay, I had to do it. I'm sorry.
No.
How did you all get over there?
Over there.
We crawled.
You bats fly all through the cavern, awoken by this conversation as they begin to sort of swoop down, flying all around. All you can hear is the flap of their wings and feel the sort of pressure of the air in that space. It takes a good 5 minutes for this to settle down before you can sort of hear and communicate again.
My spell has run out by now, so all I hear is squeaking.
Squeaking.
I looked, I'm like, would it still be up? No.
All right, ladies, I think it's time to cross the bridge again.
Hey, are you coming back to this side, or are there things we need to see over there?
We're coming back to you.
Did anyone bring their swimming suits?
I mean, I wear shorts all the time. But I mean, seriously, nothing we need to see over there, because we heard, and Silas just starts to divulge exposition about letters in a very non-decipherable manner because of all the echoing and everything, and so he's just yelling things about letters.
It's a what?
We can't make out what you're saying.
We have to find letters because the rats told us that it was a prophecy.
Who's writing letters?
The rats.
Rats are writing letters?
All right,
Steve.
which one of you is going to get in the
Steve is
cart?
the
Because I'm
king.
going to start pushing here.
Maeve, are you still in the cart?
I'm currently still in the cart.
Okay,
Fantastic.
if you don't move, I'm going to start pushing you across.
Robin's going to start pushing you across the trestle bridge.
Are you sure you can? I don't want you to fall.
Oh, but I've got the cart to stable me. It's awesome. I'm good. I'm just gonna
Do
like
we
a
have
shopping
anything
cart.
we can use to sort of gondola our way across?
Yeah.
Is there a large stick anywhere? I don't know.
What are
if my
you
cane is
doing? Are
long
you
enough to-
strapped in?
No.
I think they're
No.
coming back.
That's so
Don't
dangerous.
move.
What are they doing?
Well, they
We
made
don't
it
know
across.
if the bridge can hold all of our weight. Wait.
Okay,
Did
let's.
she tell us to wait?
I think we should wait. It sounded like they're coming back. They made it across, so they should be able to make it back. Let's just.
Terrifying.
Yeah, but they're braver than I am. I'm gonna hold up my flaming fist and try to like
Yes.
cast light as far
As
as
far as you
possible
can
to
with
try
that?
to help. I know they're far away, but
So it
Hey,
does.
maybe throw one of those down and see how far down it goes.
okay. And I will, because I can just do it again. So I'll just
Yeah.
toss it over the side
and sort of see as this sort of glowing ball just sort of.
oh wait, hold on.
What are you doing? You're doing just flaming.
This is my fire fist. It only
Yeah.
goes 30 feet.
Yeah, okay, great. So as it sort of, this sort of little flame just sort of begins to descend down and down and down, it does cast a wider, bit of light than just your headlamps. And it casts these shadows, right? Everything becomes kind of gold and red around you. It doesn't fill up the entire cavern, but now you're seeing that it's quite wide. Maybe even 60 feet sort of off, this going through the center of it, to the sides. As it continues to go down, it does look like it might be just about 30, 35 feet below. Down there, you can see there is water. So at about 30, 35 feet down, you see this sort of still, waters, reflection of water. It is again muddy gray water. It's giving you reflection more than being able to see through it. But yeah, the sort of legs of this trestle bridge go straight down into it.
Oh, that's disgusting water. I'm glad none of you fell. That looks.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, you just jinxed it.
So Robin is pushing Maeve across in the cart. Maeve, you are fine because you are just hunkered down in that cart. Robin, you had an 18 the last time, I think. So you have conquered your fear of crossing this trestle bridge and quite confidently step forward. You know not to look down, not to look up, but just to focus on your goal. And you sort of slowly but surely push the cart across. Fairuza, are you going to follow or stay?
Absolutely not. I'm staying on this side. I'm just
Staying on the side.
She lets them go like a little bit, and then
Uh-huh.
she's like, "Okay, just want to make sure that it's fine. It looks bright enough." She's just gonna step slowly, like just taking little steps across the bridge.
Okay.
She generally does not live her life by taking risks.
Right.
Everything I've done in this life has been
Right.
planned for a reason.
All right. So as they're about halfway across and you're just sort of stepping out into the real width of this, and now with the light from Neb's fire fist off in the distance, you don't know what's directly underneath you, but you're starting to get a sense of it. Give me a wisdom saving throw as this kind of gasp of fear sort of rises up in your chest.
9.
As it does, and you look forward into this sort of endless darkness and seeing the light and the flame down below, as you see Neb sort of peering over the edge, your balance just sort of loses beneath you and you begin to swing your arms and totter off to the side. Please give me a dexterity saving throw.
A dexterity saving throw.
Yes.
This is scary.
Uh-huh.
12.
As you tip over the edge, almost silently, Robin and Maeve, barely noticing Silas and Neb on the other side, just see sort of a shadow as you just fall over the edge. A small scream, gasp, comes out of your throat as you splash into the water below, immediately hitting stone directly beneath you. You take 6 bludgeoning damage as it bangs into your back. You can feel it immediately opening up a gash along the back, blood starting to seep into the water around you. You are able to breathe and sort of sit up as this pool is not very deep.
But then she realizes that really hurt, but then there's something about it that felt okay. For some reason, that bludgeoning didn't hit as hard as you would think. But it's still bleeding, just not as much as you would imagine, something like that. You guys, I fell!
Rose, are you okay?
You all heard the splash, and now you've heard Fairuza, speak back to you, but you cannot see her. She is
so her headlamp is
her
no longer
headlamp. Good question. This is a very good question.
Find it. It fell off.
Her headlamp is still on.
Ooh.
It's kind of, moving all over the place. It illuminates only this very little bit at a time. So you can just see where she is, but it's hard for you to get perspective of kind of where she is in the grand scheme of things.
Silas is going
Yes.
to, as soon as he understands that she's fallen,
Yes.
he is actually going to scurry out onto this thing and
Yes.
move as quickly as he can. Where is she in relation to where the mine cart is?
She's like 15 feet behind them.
Okay, that's fine. And Silas is just motioning, like, hold up, to the mine cart, but he's like running to the location. If he makes it there, he is going to attempt to he's going to attempt to tie his paracord basically and try to let her get back up or try to get down there to her one or the other.
Wisdom saving throw as you come out on top of this bridge and you begin to feel the sway of it underneath you and something roils in your gut.
So I rolled a 19 on the die with a -1. That's an 18.
As it sort of, you feel the sort of gut, turn over, you just sense these new friends, these people that you have met, and it steadies you, and you push it back down, knowing that the adrenaline, the need of the moment is more powerful. You make it up towards where the cart is. You cannot pass them, but you've made it the 30 feet.
And as I'm going, I'm saying we need to get the cart back. Fairuza's fallen, like in case they didn't know.
Okay.
And we need to use it to stabilize this rope. And
you're on one side, Maeve is in the middle, sitting in the cart, Robin on the other, as they've been steadily pushing across.
Miss Robin, can you walk backwards? And he's talking very fast, especially for Silas, who is typically a very slow speaker with that southern drawl. But he's speaking very, very fast and just like, Miss Robin, can you walk backwards with this?
Yes, absolutely. And she'll start to pull back.
Just start to move the cart that way.
Two of you, moving backwards, you get over about, back 15 feet where you are directly over where Fairuza is. As you, lean down with your headlamps and Fairuza, you're looking up with yours. There is 30 feet between you.
Fairuza, you okay? Anything broken?
I don't think so, but the wind was really sort of knocked out of me. I'm all wet. I'm just wondering if there are any bodies down here, and I'm trying not to think about that.
Can you stand?
She gingerly stands up.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm definitely hurt. But yeah.
Fairuza,
Do you see anything down there?
I don't want to look down.
You're not going to fall any further.
Thank you, Maeve.
Silas is going to really concentrate, and he's going to say, Fairuza, seriously, I don't know if you can see me right now, but I got my serious face on. That was a hell of a fall. And the fact that you are still with us, you are an absolute badass. And I'm going to cast Healing Word.
Ooh. Give us your die roll.
Yeah. All right. So that is, it's going to restore 7 hit points.
Hey.
So Fairuza, as you feel the words of Silas kind of bolster you, and quite literally, the soreness in your back is sort of leaving you. You become now, with the pain gone, aware of something sliding past your boot. You're standing in about 3 feet of water, just about up to your waist. Maeve doesn't like it. Maeve doesn't know, but she doesn't like it.
Ken doesn't like it.
Guys.
What's wrong?
There is something slithering around my feet.
Okay, we're on it. We're on it. Rope's coming down to you.
All right. Silas, as you sort of unspool this rope as fast as you can, sort of sliding down and down and down. Fairuza, you now feel something a little sharp, just right past your calf. You take only 1 slashing damage.
Something just bit me too. You guys, there's stuff in this water, but I don't know what it is. And she's gonna start like sort of, dancing feet, sort of like dee, 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 dee. I don't want to stand here. They know I'm here. Whatever is in this water knows I'm in the water.
I'm still at the
Yes,
entrance
you're
way.
still the other way. Nev, yes.
I'm gonna not at Fairuza, but I'm gonna throw another bit of fire just a little closer, just to see if I can illuminate it or give her a little bit more light, or
Yeah.
maybe see whatever she's seeing.
Yeah, so we'll give you on generally the diagonal. You can kind of get halfway down and halfway across kind of thing. It does illuminate much more of the space, but again, it's throwing these sharp shadows, right? Fairuza, everywhere you look, a stalagmite that rises up out of the water casts a long shadow, you know, over the top of you and over the top of the water as you just sort of hold your arms up and look down around you. As you look up, you start to see this cord coming down from Silas above you.
Okay, how far is the rope now? It's starting to come
It's
down.
you should be able to grab it, you know, within
Okay.
6 seconds. Anything you
Yeah,
want
right
to
when
do
that
before
thing-
that.
Okay, she literally grabs the rope
Yes.
and she looks down at the water and she closes her eyes, grabs the rope and like grits her teeth, opens her eyes, and her hands are definitely sparkling and her eyes are sparkling too. And she's like, climb, bitch. And she
Put up,
starts
queen!
one hand after another. And there's
All
like
right.
literally like her whole face and like even her hair starts, a little bit of wind is in her hair, just a little. And she's climbing up that rope like, and she never passed gym class, even though she can swing an axe. She was never good at gym class, but this rope was
All around you, Fairuza, as this is starting to happen, it's almost like, you know, like when helicopters land over water and there's that, you know, like ripple a little bit. It's very subtle, but if anyone were to notice, there's just this little faint ripple of water and wind, kind of almost the source is you around you. As you give me a strength, possibly advantage, you let me know. Check our athletics as you start to pull yourself up.
Let's do athletics. 19.
19. You begin to hoist yourself up on this cord. It is not knotted. It is not anything. This is pure grip strength. And, you know, you're maybe wrapping your foot around it below. Some instinct is just kind of like, you know, helping you get some sort of purchase and grab. However, just as your foot rises up out of the water, those of you who can barely see, something shadowy runs up and attempts to wrap itself around her ankle. Oh, it does. That is a 21 to hit you.
A 21 does hit me.
It does. Okay. There was a chance, maybe not, but I'm pretty sure it did.
Like,
21.
I thought you meant 21 damage. I was going to say, excuse
no,
me.
21 to hit you. Hold on then. Here we go.
Okay.
That is 4 piercing damage as you feel razor sharp teeth knit into your leg, your calf. It then pulls back. Please give me another strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. Okay. Come on. 17.
17. You win. You are able to hold yourself onto that rope. However, you begin to feel another side of it sort of coil around the bottom of your leg.
May we do anything about this as we're
you
watching?
will, yes. This is still its round.
Yeah.
This is probably not going to hit a 10.
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
misses. So you can feel the kind of sort of wet, sloppy, slippery something slapping at your boot, but it doesn't seem to get purchased. However, the teeth of this thing is still in your leg. All right, we are officially in an initiative now. Let's go ahead and roll them, please.
Oh.
Fairuza's yelling up to you guys. The water does not want me to leave.
The water's attacking you? What?
Kind of. An 8.
Fairuza has an 8. All right.
Yeah. Dang it.
All right,
15.
Silas. Oh, sorry. 15 for Maeve. Silas.
13.
13 for Silas. Robin.
2.
2 for Robin. Neb.
How am I the fastest one here? I got a 17.
17 for Neb.
What happened?
All right. Fairuza and the thing have dealt with their little initial encounter here. Neb, you are the first. You have You are far, far away, but with your fire, you can target where Fairuza is. Targeting her leg will be difficult.
Did I see what the creature was?
Again, it's sort of a shadowy. If you want to make a check to specifically try to like take this time and focus on what it is, but right now it looks like a slug
An eel
has just kind of wrapped itself around her foot. You wouldn't be able to get any kind of definition.
Okay, I was just trying to figure out if she would know if this is something she could try to reason with, but I think at this point it's already taken a bite out of Fairuza. How far would I have to move to get a better shot at it?
I mean, to be within 30 feet of it, you're going to have to cross pretty much at least halfway across this bridge.
Okay.
To get there. You can in one move, but it will be it'll be scarier to do it.
Yeah, she's gonna try.
You're gonna run. All right.
Yep, I'm holding up the fire. I'm ready to go, and I gotta try. So
give me a wisdom saving throw as you sprint across these bars that are open to 30 feet of nothing beneath you.
Got a 17.
17. All right. I have to make sure I write it down so I know what you are. Where are you here?
I think she's starting to get a little bit of that adrenaline and doesn't.
You're
even
getting
think
that
it just
adrenaline.
goes.
You don't feel totally stable. Like you're not totally sure that you could make it back, but you just focus on one foot in front of the other. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Just hit those trestles. That's all that matters. Though you get to the 30 feet across. You now can spot Fairuza down at the bottom, and you can see her leg. You can target her leg. I offer you low rolls. May have problems.
Oh, shoot.
It's hard to target things that are on someone else's body.
No, that's true.
She's trying to shake it a little bit, and she's able to actually release one hand and look down, and she's like, it's definitely got me. It looks like a snake or something. Some sort of it won't let me go. It's not letting me go.
I'm throwing it as soon as I hear
All
that.
right.
I'm gonna try to hit it. Here we go.
Oh my gosh. No! It's a crit?
No, it would have been if it hadn't rolled onto a 2 and became a 7.
Oh my gosh. Please roll your damage as your attack slices through Fairuza's ankle, missing the creature.
Here's the good news. 1 fire damage.
1 fire damage.
I'd like to imagine she throws it and at the very last second realizes this is nope, I've done it, and like tries to angle it so it only gets, it's the first time I've really ever done this, and just kind of grazes you.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry, it was like a sting, but yeah, maybe not do that again. I think you might have pissed it off.
So unfortunately missing the thing that is still its tail is just sort of whipping around your ankle, and it just misses Neb. And what were you throwing?
That was the fire in my hand.
The fire in your hand, yeah. You threw the fire forward. As it just misses that thing, and again, just like sears a burn in the back of Fairuza's leg. All right, Neb, anything else?
Nope. She's afraid to do anything else because that was bad.
Maeve, you are in the cart directly above Fairuza. If you were to look over the side, you would see the cord from Silas hanging down and Fairuza hanging from it. Now, Silas, you are just holding this thing up there, yes? Oh, you are muted now.
I thought I was muted, but now I'm not.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. But I mean, he definitely has wrapped it around his
Yes.
forearm. This is something he's done before.
Okay, fantastic. We are just going to make note of that for when it comes up. Here we go.
And how far down? Real quick, my turn's next, I think. And so,
Yes.
how far down is Fairuza
30 feet.
right now?
30
Okay,
feet.
got it. Perfect.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
All right, Maeve.
I'm gonna look over and nope.
That's a spell. Nope.
I know. You'll always have to remind me what.
So that's actually a dirty 20.
A dirty 20 on the attack. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Go ahead. Remind me what I take, what I do.
It's going to just be my damage
Okay, go for it.
on it. So it is 14 points of damage.
Woo!
Wow.
14
Wow.
points.
Max damage. So,
Of what type?
force.
Force.
Nice.
Okay.
As sort of everything, all of the no, absolutely not, no, get the heck out of there, boom,
No.
comes shooting down
So
at whatever is.
what was it? Fairuza, you can even just feel the force of this thing shoot past you, and as it hits into this creature on your leg, you feel the intense tug of the fangs, these teeth, whatever they are, in your leg as it just hangs onto you. But the back of it, its tail that's not embedded in you yet, flies off sort of into the distance. And sort of its stub coming back, still trying to get purchased, but it is now just this sort of bloody tip at the back. Anything else, Maeve?
No, I think that's all for the moment.
Fantastic.
Amazing bit, Maeve.
That's a hell of a nope.
Get out of there!
Silas, we're gonna
Pull up,
start
queen.
with a. Oh gosh. Well, let me know what would you like to do on this turn, and we'll figure out how to deal with
he's definitely just like on the whole turn. Is that what you're?
Yeah.
asking?
What is your
Okay.
sort of your turn idea? And we'll work it.
So the teeth, the one tendril or whatever this is still embedded. Is that correct?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
The force damage did not pull it off. It just
So-
blasted half of it away.
So Silas is thinking that this thing has to be reasonably small if it was in that shallow of water, and so he is going to yell down very fast, "Hang on tight, Fairuza!" And then I just turn to the others here and say, "Be ready to catch her because I'm coming back up." And Silas clips the rope to where his climbing gear has been, and he jumps off the other side where his weight will hopefully pull her up. faster.
Counterbalance.
All right.
That's
Freaking
really cool.
amazing.
That's brilliant and horrifying all at the
Wow.
same time. I'm here for it.
So,
Yeah.
I'm going to offer that your action is this sleight of hand to put the thing on. If you would like to roll it for the fun of it, you can.
Yeah.
You can roll it at advantage if you'd like because of inspiration.
Well, that was a 20 on the die on the first roll, which is a let's see, sleight of hand 27.
Amazing. So, as quick, barely any of you can see it. If you were to like turn your eyes to try to look, he's hooked it in and he just falls over off the side. Fairuza, strength saving throw
To the yank,
to the
right?
yank of the opposing counterweight. He's using mind structural engineering.
Okay,
Save
yeah,
throw.
see, I like that. I'm like down with this. Okay, strength saving throw.
That's
Come on,
awesome.
man.
We may have made the elevator fall, but we're making our own counterweight.
11.
You might have advantage with what's going on. I don't know.
Advantage on decks.
On decks, okay, but not on strength.
on
Okay.
strength.
11. So as you are jerked up on the 11, shoot.
It's like.
I'm gonna say you hold on, but you're gonna take a little bit of damage for it.
Okay. I break my neck.
Okay, not too bad.
Breakneck speed.
Ooh.
4, we'll call it bludgeoning damage, as you're just yanked, right? Like out of your arms, out of your arm sockets, potentially dislocating your shoulders as you're just sort of yanked upwards, but you just hold on with everything that you can. Your boot is, you did able to wrap the bottom of it around your boot so that you do have that little extra anchor as it gets pulled up. The yank of it just dislodges your shoulders, causing that little bit of damage. As
Just a quick note that the rope at this point is
Yes.
39 feet long because we
Okay.
chopped some off. So
Gotcha. So basically, Silas, as you fall down, oh no, right at the wrong time. Come on. Cameron.
Oh,
There we
get
go.
it back. Yeah,
There we
you're
go.
good.
Okay. Silas, as you fall down toward the bottom, Fairuza, you are yanked at a breakneck speed up towards the top. You two, with your height, are probably fairly equal in weight, so this is working just fine. Silas, as you near the bottom, is there anything you're going to do, or are you going to take the fall?
Well, so depending on where she goes,
Yes.
and the rope is 39 feet.
Yes.
Theoretically, like if she goes all the way up, like, am I going to hit the water at this point?
It's 30
Mhm.
feet down.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, so she's basically actually going to be sort of hanging
She's
5
gonna be
feet
higher.
over.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. So as I am going, I am actually going to try. Do I feel like I'm taking this with no resistance, or is it slowing any of the descent here?
No, you feel like you are plummeting.
Okay,
She's
got it.
skinny.
Okay. So in that case, as he starts to get a little bit
It's
closer,
freaking terrifying.
yeah. So as that's going, Silas is thinking really, really hard, and he's like, I've seen this before. I've seen this before. And as he does it, you see that basically his ring starts to glow again, and but it's some kind of real something this time, and this green energy just briefly surrounds him, and he starts to fall. And as a reaction, I'm going to use my telekinetic net.
That's right.
And you see it just kind of land underneath him, and then I'm just going to land very, very softly for the last 10 feet of that.
It's almost like the water is a pillow. As you just sort of slow down, and Fairuza, you even feel the sort of yank of it sort of slows just that last little bit as you're pulled up, holding on with everything you have. And Silas, you just sort of gently fall into this water, finding your footing, as you then look up and can see Fairuza and her little headlamp dangling 5 feet from the top of the trestle.
5 feet.
You're okay. You're okay.
I'm okay.
And
I can pull myself up.
Okay, we'll get to you, Fairuza. You're next. Silas, anything else?
The only other thing that I would like to understand
Yes.
for next turn, because I don't think I can
Yes.
do anything else,
Yes.
is are there stalagmites near where I am right
Oh, yeah.
now? Okay, excellent. That's
Plenty
all I
of
need.
them.
All right.
Okay. Fairuza, you are dangling 5 feet. Silas has just thrown himself from a trestle bridge. There is still this something hanging onto your leg, slithering around, keeping its grip.
What is it like
Robin,
now that it's
That's right.
did Robin get a turn?
Robin, you're 2, right? You're at
Yeah.
the end.
Robin's
okay.
So
on
this
seven.
is Fairuza and the
Yeah,
and the
seven.
thing had its own
Oh,
little
yeah, okay.
starter encounter. So
Okay,
yeah, now we're
perfect.
just in practice.
So Fairuza's aware. The yank sort of took her out of the moment that there's something attached to her. But when
Yes.
she stopped, she realized this thing is still on her, and she just feels like this sort of like heat just sort of come through her body, and she feels it come up through her neck and like through her eyes and her scalp. She just feels. She has one hand. She's gonna reach down with one hand so she can hang on with one, and she's just gonna grab this thing. And when she grabs it, it's almost like the thing has been like electrocuted, and it's literally
Okay.
It's a melee attack that I've named Static Shock.
That's amazing.
Is this a rolled attack? Do I roll a saving throw?
Let's see what happens.
So basically, is this going to be, you're going to try to grab it?
Yeah, I have to see
Okay,
if
let's see if you can grab it. It's pretty
Yeah.
slimy and slippery, but good luck.
Let's see.
I believe in you.
so much nope.
13.
So much nope.
13.
Yeah.
As you reach down and you try a couple of times and it just slips right out of your hand. It really does
wait.
feel like a slug. Go ahead. Do you have
Do I
advantage?
have advantage on that?
You might.
Wait a minute.
Melee attack.
Melee attack.
Melee attack. I'm not sure yet. I'm just double checking.
Double check it. It's been a while since I've done my.
I know, my. Wait a second.
I'll let you check.
It's to the damage, not advantage. It's to the damage.
Well, you can't get advantage on damage, so.
No, not advantage. +2 to.
+2 to damage. But it doesn't. Oh, because it's not reckless.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, no, we're like trying to speak in like code, but.
Would you? I know we are. We're trying to be super sneaky about. Would you like to be reckless? You can
But
choose
I like
to
to
be.
what?
Would you like to recklessly?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to reckless.
Have at it.
Yeah,
Give me another roll. Let's see if you can do better than a 13.
Okay, come on.
You got this. You got this.
Be nice to me. It's not nice to me. 11.
11. Oh, all right. And
Slippery.
you went
It's
reckless,
slippery.
so I'm just
Yeah.
marking for me because that helps me later.
Yeah.
All right.
Slippery.
You can't. It is the slipperiest slime. It really does feel like a slug or a worm or something that you just can't. Every time you get your hand on it, just pulls itself right out of your grasp. Anything else, Fairuza?
A movement would not be me because I'm sort of nervous about pulling myself up and bringing
Okay.
the thing up with me.
Okay. I would
And
allow it
letting-
if you wanted to use basically, bonus action movement and do a check to pull yourself up. I would allow it, but if you don't want to,
Yeah.
you just let me know.
I think she realizes if she gets herself up, she can fight this thing better.
Okay.
So she's going to use it. She's looking around to see if anyone's above her, and she's just gonna
All right.
get this thing up, and she's just gonna use one arm.
Athletics check. I believe
One
this
arm.
is advantaged. Your athletics.
Okay.
In this
Yes.
case.
Of course. 22.
Woo! So yeah, one-armed, the skinny arm. It's like muscles appear out of nowhere. This statically charged, the sort of blue veins pulsing out of them as the single arm pulls you up, rolling onto the top of the trestle. You would be on Silas's side. So Robin, you are on the opposite side. Maeve in the middle. Then Neb, you've run up. You're still about 10 feet away from where they are in the center of the bridge. Fairuza, now that you are up there and you look down at your ankle, is the first time you get a good look at this thing. It is an eyeless white snake. It has a weird kind of crest on the front of its face, almost like bones that come up around its eyebrow area in a way, and it's dug its fangs deep into your flesh as it hangs on there. You can see that it probably was once 3 to 4 feet long. Now, thanks to Maeve, it's more like 2.5. But the end of it is still whipping around, moving, and you can see a sort of snake-like skeletal structure in the cross section of the beat off end of the tail there. Its turn, and it has advantage on you now. Since I convinced you to recklessly grab for it. Bad DM, bad.
It would have been epic.
I know.
Here we go.
Dang it.
Oh, I did not roll well. All right. Yeah, 12. Not gonna hit you, I don't think. All right. And I don't have that any longer. It misses. So you see it kind of, try to kind of dig its teeth in farther and is unable
weaker.
to push past. It is weaker. So it only maintains its first bite on your leg. Robin,
Look at this thing.
What
What
is
is
up?
it?
You're on the other side of the cart, looking over the cart past Maeve. You see Fairuza lying down on the ground. You can see, Silas way down in the bottom. Neb is in the middle, fire flying from her fists. As you can now see this eyeless, pale white snake wrapped around Fairuza's leg.
Why did it have to be snakes?
Yeah.
Feeling inspired by Fairuza as she, glows with her static energy, Robin will just feel the energy as well. She's almost like inspiringly taking it from Fairuza, and you just see this lightning whip just whip out and try to grab this this creature, and it's a lightning lure, so it's gonna shock it and it's gonna pull all
Okay.
the way to me.
Yes.
Go ahead and make your attack. Or do I make a save?
Strength saving throw?
A strength saving throw. Oh boy.
DC 13.
I'm sorry, that is a 16.
All right. Lightning damage if it's within 5 enemy towards say 10. All right, then. Okay, then nothing happens.
Oh man! All right, you see this whip of lightning reach out from it goes like past your face, Maeve, as it goes across the way, and it sort of Fairuza, you also watch it as it comes down towards your legs, and it just and you watch Fairuza almost in slow motion as it sort of wraps around the tail of this thing, and as it tries to pull it, you see it pull back. And sort of detach itself from that sort of lightning lure that then whips back towards Robin once again. It looks incredibly impressive, but unfortunately amounts to not much in this moment. All right. Anything else, Robin?
Nope.
Okay. Neb, we're back up to you.
Neb is concerned about throwing fire anymore, especially while this thing is still attached to Fairuza, and is desperately trying to figure out what she can do to help, and reaches into her pocket to grab her rock just for like inspiration for something, and it feels white hot in her hands, and before she can think of what she is doing, she chucks it at this snake like a baseball pitcher. And instead of the black rock with the rainbow sheen on it, it seems to suddenly spark into like a tiny little shooting star that hits it and then comes right back into her hand as I'm gonna try to hit it with a bolt that I'm hoping I'm gonna hit with. Does a 21 hit?
A 21 hits, and it does not hit Fairuza.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Go ahead, roll your damage.
So this shooting star goes straight through it and lights this creature up like it left behind stardust. And as the rock just appears in her hand again, it's going to take 14 radiant damage.
14 radiant.
You lit it up.
And she looks so afraid that she had hit Fairuza or something that it doesn't even register that she's like,
as this little like shooting star of energy, this bolt flies out of your hand, it almost boomerangs through the side. Fairuza, Maeve, Robin, you watch it through the side of its head where its temple would be, bursting out the other side. As it sort of whips back around towards boomeranging back towards Neb, you see it kind of open its mouth wide, retracting the fangs out of your leg and flipping them back against the top of it, the roof of its mouth, as it just sort of throws its head back in the air and tumbles into the darkness down below, leaving a slight swish.
I didn't want to talk to you anyway.
Below.
Yeah.
We're out of initiative.
Pull up already. Pull ups. Come on.
Yes. Well, first is gonna like lean over, like she's just still in shock over what just happened, and the thing that just fell over. She's gonna grab the rope. What?
Come on back into the cart this time.
Silas, something
everyone,
slithers past your leg.
Everyone, be
God.
quiet. And I'm trying to, and then I feel something slither past my leg.
Yes.
I'm going to try. If I think there's a stalagmite that potentially could hold my weight,
Yes.
I am going to scurry up it as best I can.
Fantastic. Give me an athletics check, please, as you climb the nearest, largest stalagmite.
my God.
Let's see. Let me make sure. Okay, yeah, that is a 16 plus 13, 19.
A 19. You wrap your arms and legs around the closest one that you can get, sort of, like you would up a palm tree, a coconut tree, sort of 1, 2, 1, 2, and you're just able to get yourself about 4 feet out of the water. As you glance back down into this muddy water, you just see the white ridge of the head of one of these things crest as it begins to circle the stalagmite. A couple more begin to circle around this single.
So how high up am I?
You're like 4 feet out of the water, 3 or 4 feet out of the water.
But you're still attached to the rope, right?
To the cord that is attached, that Fairuza is holding, yes.
Definitely attached. Okay, we're gonna play a game here that like hopefully will not end in my death, but like maybe if we can, I don't know, like loop that around one of the do I like the tracks as I saw them?
Yes.
Were they wood or did they have metal involved?
The tracks are metal. The trestles across are
okay.
wood.
I said, so take that other end of the rope and drop it between one of the horizontal tracks and then tie that to that cart, and y'all push that cart as far as you can, and it should bring me up, I think.
Why do I have a strange sense of deja vu?
Professor
Fairuza doing
I mean, these snakes are going to get me any moment now.
Oh my god.
Before we try that, there's something I want to try.
Have at it, Wonder Woman. If you just want to pull me up, that's fine too.
Okay.
One of them leaps about a foot out of the water.
Anytime.
Slides back in.
Okay, we have no time to think. I still, by the way, I still have inspiration from something.
Yes, you do.
I do.
Oh, I'm giving you inspiration right now. Like, please save my life. And I am going to use a bardic inspiration.
You are, okay. Fairuza, you've been inspired.
You get to roll a 1d6 on what you're about to do.
The white sheet blank look on Silas's face as he begs you.
Okay, you guys back me up. And she's gonna stand there with the rope and just start pulling.
Okay.
But as she pulls, again, you just see the electricity in her hands and in her eyes and her hair, and like it's almost like you can see it a little bit off her body almost now, and she's just pulling.
Is anybody gonna help her, or?
I think I'm on the other side of the cart, so I don't know if I can do anything. Plus, you don't want, Can someone help her? I don't know.
I'm not going to be any help here.
You're on the correct side of the cart, Neb. Robin's on the other. Maeve is in it. Fairuza came up on that back side, the side that Silas, was on. So you are 10 feet from Fairuza.
No, don't. I'm not worth it.
No.
She's gonna run over as Fairuza is hauling. Yes. She's gonna grab the rest of the rope.
Okay.
And she's going to frantically try to tie it off so that if something happens, we don't lose her and the rope.
Gotcha. All right, Fairuza, advantaged athletics. I'm going to roll a survival for your knot, Neb.
May I help with instructions?
With the knot? You may.
What
is your intelligence bonus?
My intelligence is +1.
+1. All right. What is your survival?
My survival is +3.
+3. Okay. I know. Go ahead.
Okay.
Fairuza.
I had advantage on that athletics, right?
You have advantage.
You realize that athletics is my strongest stat, outside of my strongest. Why is my number a 9?
You can add a 1d6 to it.
You can add a d6.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And did you? And was that with advantage?
Throw a d6.
Yes.
Yeah, that was advantage.
Oh. Yeah.
I saw it.
Roll a d6.
Lack of
it's literally. Okay, so 7 + 6 + 2. No, 7 + 2. 9 + 2. I got 11.
And 11.
Right. I'm just completely mind.
It's fine.
Okay.
So it's scary, right? You're on this trestle.
Yeah.
Your leg is bleeding. You can see the drops of it dripping down the cord as you hold it there, trying to pull. As you pull, you don't get him off, or you don't pull him off of the stalagmite. I apologize.
You guys terrible.
I apologize. That was terrible. You don't pull him off the stalagmite, so there's no resistance yet. But with that first pull, you just sort of go, you're not sure you're going to be able to do this.
I can't get my footing.
Deadlift him in this particular scenario. You're going to need some sort of leverage or change of circumstances in order to try again.
All right, here's what we do. How heavy is the cart?
The cart itself, I mean, it has Maeve's weight at the moment, and probably it itself adds like 40 pounds, maybe.
Okay, never mind.
What was your idea? Maybe we can still make it work.
I don't think so. I was gonna try to do what Silas did, but with the cart.
Oh, like
Not
dump
the
the
cart.
cart over with Maeve in it?
No, not with Maeve.
I had thought of that, but Miss Robin, like, I think it's a great idea, but we might need that cart. And again, like, I mean, if we're trading my life for the cart, maybe, but I'm okay for now. These snakes they can't fly.
Don't say that. Don't bring that into existence, Silas.
They're still jumping a foot, 2 feet out of the water. You are still 3 to 4 above them.
Do we want to
see how
if
long
there are
you can
ways to
hold that?
climb higher, I certainly will try.
That is as high as you can go
Yeah,
on
okay.
this. The stalagmite's not 10 feet tall.
Hey,
Let's
if
see
we
you
could
guys.
just tie it off somewhere really, really sturdy, I think I can make the climb. I used to do this, 30 years ago, a lot.
There is
Do
the
it-
trestle below, if you can get to it. There is the wooden trestle, obviously holding up the tracks.
Maeve?
I was going to say, do we need to move the cart?
Wait, how high is that
So-
up? The trestle.
So it's 30 feet. You'd have to
Yeah.
climb the 30 feet of the trestle, but it's you'd have to leap to it from the stalagmite
Okay.
that you're on.
Hey, like that. I absolutely can do this, everyone. Like
Silas
it'll
climbs
be
on top
okay.
of trains. So.
It'll be okay. I thought there was nothing there. So you're saying that this has like
Yes, there's a whole trestle, a wooden trestle bridge beneath it. Yes.
crossing things,
Yes.
footholds,
Yes.
handholds, all
You
those.
can climb it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Please just tie it off really, really well to something. Like, do we feel confident about that? Because I'm about to Tarzan this thing.
I've tied it to the metal part of the track right here.
The best Neb knows how.
Were
The
you
best
ever
I know
in,
how.
With the
like
guidance
brownie
from Maeve.
scouts or anything? do we feel confident? Because yeah.
I mean,
okay.
Best Neb knows how with guidance from Maeve.
I think we got this. You got
Okay,
this.
all right, here.
And I'm gonna.
Robin says, "Wait."
Have Robin check the knot.
Yeah, Robin's gonna look over and check the knot.
All right. Give me
Miss
a
Robin, did
survival,
you used to
Robin,
be
please.
like a scout leader or something?
Yeah.
We know
course,
that
of course you
she
are.
did help us with the climbing gear, so we
Yeah.
did have advantage for anything
true.
with the climbing gear.
Oh, that's
That's
right. All right, that's true. Let me.
Was it advantage or was it? It was
Miss Robin or
give it
whoever
advantage,
is going to
that's
do this, I think
I don't
that
remember what I offered, so we'll.
It was
we'll
you
plus
have
go
three to
proven
gear-based
yourself
checks.
as
Plus 3.
incredible.
Okay, great.
Silas
do
is
that again.
inspiring here.
Okay, what does that give me?
1d6.
For your checking of it,
All right, so that's a 15.
that's a 15. You can tell that it would hold, but not for long. It's not a great knot, but it's not a.
All
It's
right.
not. It's not going to hold. It's not going to hold. It would catch the first jolt, but probably not the second.
All right, Silas, you're only gonna get one shot at this.
That's all I need. And Silas is going to just leap off
Leap.
and swing.
As
Acrobatics.
he does, I'm gonna grab what is of the rope
Okay.
and like
You
sit
and-
my butt down on the track and just be there. And Fairuza,
Okay,
for a
and
second.
Fairuza,
Same
you're
thing,
still
I'm right
holding
there.
on.
Are there any
All right.
brakes on the wheels of the cart?
No. This is a very rudimentary, primitive cart.
It's a 16.
A 16. All right. You catapult yourself off of this stalagmite, reaching out your arms, kind of pinwheeling, turning your body so that you can adjust to sort of grab it with more surface area. As you do, you see 2 or 3 of these things kind of lift their open mouths to follow you as you come across, but you grip onto one of the struts, these sort of angled wooden beams, and hold on tight. The rope above you is still slack. You have 30 feet to climb, if that is your plan.
I'm going to try to climb. Hey, can you pull it? Pull the
Yeah.
slack.
Yep.
We can all together.
All
Thanks,
right.
everyone.
All right. Advantaged athletics as you climb.
Well, that's good. That's good news. Ooh, that's very good news after that horrible roll. Okay, that's also a 16.
All right. You slowly but surely allowing yourself to use the weight of the rope that is being secured by your companions, make it to the top. A shaking, cold, wet hand grabs onto the iron bars of the tracks and pulls yourself up onto the top of the trestle. And with that, I think we will conclude this
imagine we're all just,
episode.
like,
All 5 of you atop the
Displayed
trestle,
across the tracks, like
wet,
We
bloodied,
lived!
grossed out in the middle of a cavern. We shall conclude this episode of Children of Éarte, and I want to remind you again to remember that life itself is the most wonderful fairy tale. Good night, everyone.